of what it takes to be successful, and also just giving us some perspective. I think, one of the things that I really wanted to tie in today with regard to time, okay, because it is so close to exam time, and so I want you guys to think about exams not just being, again, and it kind of piggybacks off of last week, right? Because last week I really advocated for let's look at school beyond just what's right in front of our face, right? What's the answer to question 4, and let's think about some life skills that we can apply or that we can take from school. And so with that in mind, then it made me think about, okay, well, we have exams coming up, so what are some ways that we can think about the fact that we're about to be, taking exams? And I wanted to do it early enough, right? We're 2 weeks out now, so that means, let's see, 14. We have 15 days, I think. 15 days. So well, not 3 days, only 1 day, because Monday and then Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday are your exams. Yeah, they're half days, but they're.
So it's like 1 day.
Right, so 15.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I did my math right real quick. But okay, so so let's think about some ways and what we can learn, what lessons we can kind of glean from applying ourselves to those things. And so with regard to being successful, you guys know at this point, right, how you've done all semester. And so what I really wanted to just talk to you guys on then and just relay is, you guys have been assessing your performance in here for a semester, right? Or assessing your knowledge with regard to the content. And so you guys know that there's a few different ways, right? There's either like, I've got this, right? Like, I've been performing well throughout the semester, I've got this, okay? I've been performing okay through the semester, haven't been performing well. Okay, and if you're in like those last two categories, and even if you're in the first category, right, like, okay, so then you get to do another assessment where you have a lot of material, you're going to get a study guide, and you're going to be able to go through those different topics and the objectives and go, yes, I know what that's talking about, or no, I do not, right? And so if it's yes, you do, cool. If it's no, you do not, then you have a decision to make. And just like any other decision with regard to achieving anything, right, you're either going to take it on, right, and apply yourself, give effort towards it, or you're not. And one of the things that I started really thinking about was, if we practice the things, right, such as self-discipline, commitment, always giving effort, and we make those things a part of our true identity, right, then when we move forward and when we see obstacles in the future, right, if you view the exam as an obstacle that is either to succeed or to fail, essentially, right, if you look at it as an obstacle, then when you're met with future obstacles, you know how to overcome those things, or at least you know how to practice perseverance in order to overcome those things. There's a couple things I know I want to say, but one is, I talked to another teacher, and she asked me, she goes, what would you tell a student? And I assume they're talking about math, just because math seems to be like the one thing that's like, you get it or you don't, and you like continue to try at it, and it either like resonates,
still get it or you don't.
or you don't, right? It's just like math seems to be like that topic for a lot of students, and so I assume it was math. And she said, like, what do I tell those kids that like come in every day and they still have their peers that don't try as hard as they do, but still like outperform them? And I said, well, you're talking about a subject, right? You're talking about content. The thing that they're learning as a result of coming in every day and persevering and continuing to give effort, even if they're not seeing that success right then, is they're going to know how to persevere in the future. And like me just talking on it, I would hate to be the person that goes up against one of those students in the future, right? If they have that ingrained in them, because at some point they're not going to be using math anymore, right? They're probably not pursuing a career path that is math, right? But they're going to be pursuing something that they enjoy, that they love doing, I hope for them, right? And as a result, they're going to excel, because when they persevered when it was hard, imagine how much better their perseverance and their work ethic is going to be once it's easy, once it's something that they love doing. And I would really hate to go up against that person at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like thinking on that. And I know there was something else I wanted to say, but just thinking about, instead of thinking about the exam as like, and even if like the things in life, sometimes you come up against things in life that are like, I have to do this, right? That's just a thing. But if you, like I said though, if you make those characteristics, right, a part of who you are, then at least you'll be well practiced in order to overcome those things. I know what I was going to say. With regard to self-discipline, right? I wrote down this quote last week, and because honestly, if we're being like honest, okay, right now, like teachers and students, I think it's like May, okay, we're beyond the first week of May, and we're like done. Like realistically,
about February.
okay, well let's okay, because one of the things that I've had to really be practicing, right, is like that perseverance, like coming in every day, and it's like I still have to be on. That's my job, that's my responsibility, and I need to be here and committed. And so like, even though like I know myself, right, if I'm being like super transparent with you guys right now, like I know that about myself, but I read, or the quote that I wrote down last week was, discipline hurts for a little while, and then it said, I think it was, dang it, I have it written down, but it's like regret lasts forever, right? So, okay, yes, your exam might not have that big of a ramification with regard to your life, right? But we're talking about foundational principles that help set us up for futuristic successes. So if I'm not used to overcoming obstacles, how am I going to overcome those obstacles when it's like pertinent to my dreams, or it's pertinent to my goals, or it's pertinent to my ambitions, right? Because realistically, like, let's say you want to be your own boss, you want to be a business owner, okay? And that's in a capacity that you enjoy. However, there is so much more to owning a business than just the stuff that you enjoy, right? There is so much more to life than just the stuff that you enjoy, okay? In order to be, successful as a whole, right? Not in just like a specific aspect, right? That means you have to take on a lot of responsibilities. That's practicing a lot of perseverance. That's overcoming a lot of things that you don't necessarily want to do. There's a lot of learning along the way when you're in a career or you're building your life, right? At least you hope, right? I mean, we're constantly growing. But if it's part of your identity to be successful just for the sake of being successful in everything that you do, that's going to be a lot easier for you to, come against those things in the future and still achieve successes. So I wanted to tie that in because, see, right now the next obstacle that we're going to be faced with are our exams, and we know where we're at. And and your exam is not designed for you to fail, no matter what you think. Okay, and so the only person who's responsible for ensuring the success at this point, right, is going to be you. You have all the materials that you need. You will have some additional materials after we get through like our test on content for this last chapter. Right? We have a test on Thursday, but after that point, the person who's responsible for ensuring that success is going to be you, or not. And so I kind of want to like challenge you guys at this point, right, when it's still early enough that we can meet that challenge, where we can like prepare ourselves for that. And I want you guys to make it, I would advocate, make it a part of your identity to be successful, regardless of what the obstacle is. Because I think setting you up, it's gonna benefit. So I needed to be concise, like I said. We do have an open note quiz, so let's prepare.